I cannot respond to what I don't know about. All I know is that in line with our tradition, election was held on the night that culminated into the early hours of 10th of January 2025. In 2017, the Ohanézè elections were held in Enugu because the President General coming from Enugu, who emerged from Enugu, Chief Nyawodo, is from Enugu, and the election was held in Enugu. In 2021, it was the turn of Imo State to produce the President General. The election was held in Imo State. In 2025, it is the turn of Rivers State to produce the President General. The election was held in Port Harcourt. And we concluded, the election was concluded in the wee hours of 10th of January 2025. I, Dim Uchechukwu Namokuku, former Secretary General, Ohanézè Igbo Worldwide, I emerged victorious in that election.
Mr. Okuku.
I don't know about any election that was held in Government House. In Government House in Enugu, it is not in line with our tradition. And of course, you don't hold election in Government House. How do you expect delegates to come into a caged place? Elections, even in political parties, are not held in Government House or in Aso Rock. Elections are held in places that people can access. So I can authoritatively tell you that the delegates were in Port Harcourt and returned officers. Now, the question people want to ask, why in Port Harcourt? I've told you it was held here because it was the turn of Rivers State to produce the National President General. Of course, you know, if you had read through the papers, Dr. Achi presided over the election that returned the officers. Dr. K.K. Oba emerged the Deputy President General from Abia State. Manafa Obi emerged the Secretary General from Anambra. All the offices were filled. The list is with Admin Secretary. As I've said, you don't do something outside the Constitution, outside tradition, outside convention. It is a nullity.
You said that you have no idea of whatever election happened in Enugu, but like it or not, there are reports that happened. We have reporters who were there at the election. The President Tinubu has congratulated the person that emerged President General in Enugu. But I just wanted to ask you, as President General of Ohanézè Igbo Worldwide, how do you plan to reconcile factions of Ohanézè Igbo? Because at this time, this Igbo social cultural organization needs to be united, don't you think?
Of course, I strongly believe we need a united front. And of course, you will agree with me, you may not have more knowledge of my background. I've committed my 30 years on this earth to the cause of the unity of the East and then the cause of Igbo. From 1995 to date is 30 years. In 1995, I was the National Legal Advisor, Eastern Nigeria Student Association. In 1997, I was the Country Director of ENDOA, the Eastern Nigeria Delta Unity Association, a United Kingdom-based organization led by Chukwudu Bikazo. In the year 2000, I emerged the Director of Legal Services, Movement for the Actualization of the Sovereign State of Biafra. I went to Washington, D.C. with Odumegwu Ojukwu, Wazirika, and others to open the Biafra House and Voice of Biafra International. In 2005, I was arrested and charged with treason along with other comrades. Released, I emerged that legal advisor, Ohanézè Youth Council. I was given an award for my position and principal position in Igbo land. The award was given to me by the Ohanézè Youth Council. The man who handed over the award to me is the late Ezife, former governor. I want to tell you, now, I have done a lot. I was Secretary General. If you Google me, I have been consistent that I'm an Igbo and that my people are Igbos. I had written articles in the past talking about Igbo unity, Igbo renaissance, that Igbos need to come together. So I'm irrevocably committed to the unity of Ndi Igbo. And I look forward to bringing the Igbos from the other states, and bring them into Ohanézè as member states of Ohanézè. So I believe that we need one united Ohanézè.
Before I commence, let me make a correction. In the video where I reported about John Mbah becoming the Ohanézè Ndigbo President General, I said only the Southeast states have produced the Ohanézè Ndigbo President General. Several persons corrected me that is not true, that Ambassador Ralph Uche has actually held that position before, and I went to do a research and I noticed that it's actually true. Ambassador Ralph Uche was from Ogwashuku and he became the President General of Ohanézè Ndigbo between 2009 to 2013. Ambassador Ralph was a distinguished Nigerian diplomat, he was a journalist, he was a writer, and he was also a politician. His contributions can never be hidden, so thanks to everyone that called my attention to that. Let's proceed to the main discussion. Ohanézè Ndigbo is a social-cultural organization. It is not a political organization. It is meant for the cohesion, the unity of the Igbo people. It is meant to display the diverse culture of the Igbo people. It is meant to bring all the Igbo people together in one umbrella. It is not the sole property of the 5 Southeast states. It is meant to go round every Igbo state in Nigeria, which includes the state in the South-South region. After the demise of Emmanuel Iwanyawu, the then Ohanézè Ndigbo President General, that was when I got to know more about Uche Okwuchukwu. The man has been very vocal. He is a Rivers man and Ikwere indigene. He has been speaking for the unity of Ndigbo, especially the Ikwere clan. He has been doing everything possible to let everyone know that the Ikweres are Igbos. This man has never shied away from identifying as an Igbo man. As a matter of fact, when Nyesom Wike denied being an Igbo, this same man, Barrister Uche Okwuchukwu, wrote a letter to Nyesom Wike. In that letter, he told Nyesom Wike boldly that Nyesom Wike is an Igbo man. In that letter, he went on to give historical antecedent that shows that Ikwere people are Igbo people. He equally lists out names of prominent Ikwere men and women that identify themselves as Igbo people and were equally part of the Ohanézè Ndigbo. Among such prominent figures he mentioned is Obiwali. Aside that, this man has been a prominent figure in the Ohanézè Ndigbo. He has been a Secretary General in Ohanézè Ndigbo and he has worked tirelessly to build Ohanézè Ndigbo. Everyone expected that Barrister Uche Okwuchukwu will emerge as the President General of Ohanézè Ndigbo. But I was surprised to see Senator John Azuta Mbata as the winner of that election, even though he's also from Rivers State and Ikwere person as well. Senator John Azuta Mbata is the leader of the Ikwere ethnic nationality in Rivers State. So for the fact that a Rivers man emerged as the Ohanézè Ndigbo President General, it did not really raise much concern, but we need to look at it critically. I mentioned earlier that Ohanézè Ndigbo is not a political organization but a social-cultural organization. But from this election so far, I suspect and I sense that Ohanézè Ndigbo has been hijacked by politicians. Holding that convention in the government house in Enugu State shows that it was all a political movement, not to represent the social-cultural heritage of the Igbo people. Just like Barrister Uche Okwuchukwu said, it was meant to be held in Rivers State because it was zoned in Rivers State. Why then was it held in Enugu State? I did a research on Senator John Azuta Mbata and I discovered that he has not in any time or space or even form held any position in Ohanézè Ndigbo. I don't know if he has been attending Ohanézè Ndigbo meeting, but when it comes to the leadership structure of Ohanézè Ndigbo, this man is a complete novice. He knows nothing regarding the leadership structure of Ohanézè Ndigbo. Barrister Uche Okuchukwu knows everything, the inner workings, the leadership structure of Ohanézè Ndigbo, and he was tipped to be the preferred candidate to be elected as the President General of Ohanézè Ndigbo. Picking Senator John Azuta Mbata ahead of Barrister Uche Okuchukwu shows nothing but political. And the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was quick to congratulate Senator John Azuta Mbata. Something is fishy. Something has gone wrong. Ohanézè Ndigbo has been hijacked. There is no two-way about it. When you look at the convention ground in Enugu State, it was filled with politicians. It was more like a political gathering than a social cultural gathering. I am not happy with this development. Knowing the kind of person that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is, knowing what he did to Afenifere did not endorse Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To date, they are not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. For not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu ensured that he divided Afenifere into faction. Today, Afenifere has been divided into faction. We all know that Ohanézè Ndigbo did not support Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2023 general election, and now Ohanézè Ndigbo has factions. People are celebrating that a Rivers man, an Ikwere man, was elected as the Ohanézè Ndigbo President General. They believe that this will create the unity, the cohesion that has been lacking between the South-South and the South-East people. As a matter of fact, the Igbos in Delta State are earnestly expecting that once the tenure of the Rivers State man expires, it will be the turn of the Igbos in Delta State to produce the next Ohanézè Ndigbo President General. This goes to show you that there is unity on ground already. This faction that the Ohanézè Ndigbo has produced so far is not good for the health and stability of Ohanézè Ndigbo. I hope this will be resolved amicably and the right person installed as the President General of Ohanézè Ndigbo. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, and please let's get to know you again. Your name, sir, again?
My name is Zim Uche Chukwunamok.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Do you have any information about the connection of Ikwere people and Iri here?
Ikweres are Igbos, and the Iri people are Igbos. That is a nexus, and I've said it time without numbers from more than 20 articles that Ikweres are Igbos. My name is Uche Chukwunamok. So if the people are Igbo, I'm an Igbo man. The Igbo man generally believes that their source of life, their origin is in Aguleri. And I'm proud of Aguleri. That is why I'm here.
Thank you very much. What are the things that familiates Ikwere's culture, tradition to that of Igbo in general?
Culture, spirituality, language, everything.
Then why are most of Ikwereans denying their identity as Igbos?
Who has done that?
Yeah, we have many of them. Even in politics, someone say I'm not an Igbo, we are Ijo, we are this, we are that.
No, they didn't say that Ijo. They said they came from Benin.
Yes.
And it's not true. I'm sure you've read my articles. There are claims that their root is Benin is not neither here nor there. But the Oba of Benin himself, Omo Eredwa, wrote a book in 2004 titled Yes, My Obedient Servant. And in that book he said the people were Igbos. The Oba of Benin himself wrote. So there's nothing to show that we are Benin, we are not Benin, we are Igbos.
Because on this journey we have realized and encountered most of the parents trying to counter and debunk everything that connects.
Yeah, some Ikweres, not most.
Okay.
Some.
Do you have the mark of people that we can actually say they are the part of the Ikweres that are Igbos and the one that are not Igbos?
I have said that the entire Ikweres is Igbo. I'm not talking about geographical map.
Okay.
I said the entire land, the people of Ikweres are Igbos. The land is Igbo land, and I'm not the first to say it. In 1957, Joseph Wobu, before her ruling commission, said that from Port Harcourt to Onitsha was Igbo land. It's there in black and white. Go and read my article, December 5, 2020, page 1, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the Vanguard. I quite cited and said that we're Igbos.
Thank you very much. Please, you know, why we are asking this question, we have encountered many of them and both online and
encounter some of them.
Yes, some of them.
The population of Ikwere is in millions. I'm sure you encountered less than 10.
Exactly, sir.
So if you met with less than, even you met with 1,000 out of millions, it does not constitute majority.
Thank you very much. Very interesting. Okay, now thank you very much for making this very clear to us. Please, for the sake of clarity and understanding, help our generation, because the noise we are receiving from some of them is actually affecting some minor individuals. Please, can you just drop a word of encouragement? Give them make it clear to every son and daughter of that Bikore is Igbo, and they should trace back their origin back to Igbo land, not elsewhere.
I have said it that the Igbos must emerge strong. Nobody wants to associate with a weakling or a failure. The Igbos must assert themselves and assert themselves with some measure of determination. If they assert themselves, everybody, even those who are saying they are not Igbos, will come out and say they are Igbos. But if we are not strong enough in Nigeria, we are weak, everybody will ignore us. So we must come out and assert ourselves.
Does it mean we Igbos are affected politically? Does it mean that this identity crisis is caused by our inability to get some...
To some extent. Even when if you are married and you are not doing what you are supposed to do, your wife sometimes will not be too proud to say you are the husband. So the point I'm making is that we must come out strong. We must come out bold. We must not step on other ethnic groups' toes. We must not offend people. We must assert our Igbo-ness. We must defend Igbo land. We must defend Igbo culture. We must defend Igbo people.
But in this case, we are an Igbo son or daughter try to say something, the government or some officers will come after the person, and just like our brother Tinubu, who once he was one of the candidates in the last election, it was declared that the office was denied. What do we have to do on this?
Politics is conspiracy. Igbo man, Igbo politicians must conspire to take power. The language of politics is conspiracy. We must conspire. We must identify those who have sympathy for us and our cause and conspire with them to get power.